Well, this one's a bit of a special episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! What I have done, since I have had a few people ask me in the past, is what deck did I use back when I used to collect cards? So let's, let's pick Yugi's Pegasus opponent. So if I go on user deck, and I've picked Bakura as my avatar because I always really liked Bakura. He was so delightfully evil. But, so it's going to list me as playing as Pegasus, but I'm playing against Yami Yugi's final deck that the story determines is what he used in the episode. So, what consisted of my deck? Well, my deck was not very nice to play against. It really delved into stalling and basically making things as difficult for the opponent as possible. Alright, so hopefully a lot of my favourite cards get drawn, as Yugi plays Graceful Charity and plays another Graceful Charity, which I will reiterate is a banned card. I haven't put any banned cards in my deck. I had Graceful Charity in my deck. I had Monster Reborn, I had Pot of Greed. I had Mirror Force, believe it or not. I did have Mirror Force in my deck. I've excluded all those cards in somewhat of a way to play fair while still keeping my deck as evil and annoying as possible. And there's one of the cards. Gravity Bind. Level 4 or higher monsters cannot attack. I think I might save that. So my strategy in duels was, do you even really need to attack though? That was my question when I would duel. Do you even really need to attack? And as you see, White Magician Pikeru, this was one of my ace cards. I would gain so much life points per duel. And the thing with my deck is it is very difficult to attack. Cards like Gravity Bind, Swords of Revealing Light. Let's see if I draw it. Level Limit Area B, and there is one of the other trump cards, Raging Flame Sprite. That is the only card that I would attack with, because every time that attacks, it can just attack directly and it will gain 1,000 points. Yugi likely has Mirror Force on the field, but I don't need to attack. I'll play another Swords of Revealing Light, and I will put my White Magician Pikeru in defense mode. And I will use my life points like this. So I would play Witches of the Black Forest and Sangans. They are all in my deck. And they are designed to attack like this. So I can get cards like Medusa Worm. For a start, that flips up and down and just destroys enemy monsters. Absolute nightmare of a card when you've got stuff like Swords of Revealing Light and Gravity Binds on the field. So we'll attack again with Witch of the Black Forest. Oh yeah, that can only activate once per turn, can't it? It has been a while since I have read some of these effects, but that's okay. I'm not going to need both of them anyway. So Yugi's sitting there with his Celtic Guardian thinking, I've got 1,400 attack points. You can't defeat me. There's White Magician Pikeru. And another White Magician Pikeru. Alright, I'm going to summon Medusa Worm though. This card's a lot of fun. So you just flip it up and down. Like you can turn it back to face down defense position once per turn. It is such a broken card when you're using these sorts. Alright, there's Wabaku. White Magician Pikeru, come to the field. And let's flip up Medusa Worm. And destroy Celtic Guardian. And now I'll flip it back face down. I'm not even going to bother to attack. Literally, I will not attack. I will sit there and I will gain life points like this. I am waiting for a particular card in my deck. You know what, Yugi, you can summon your Magician of Black Chaos. It does not matter. I may have lost my Sword of Revealing Light, but I have Gravity Bind. And White Magician Pikeru was only 2 stars. Raging Flame Sprite is only 3 stars. Yugi may have that stupid magician on the field, but it doesn't matter because I have Medusa Worm to flip up and destroy. Farewell. Now I'll flip Medusa Worm back down, and now I will summon Sangan. Sangan I will attack with, because if he's got Mirror Force, I want Sangan destroyed. So attack Sangan. No Mirror Force. Interesting. 3 face downs from Yugi, it would have to be assumed that Mirror Force is on the field. I would usually have Heavy Storm in my deck as well, but as it is a... Ooh, interesting move from Yugi. He has managed to get rid of my Gravity Bind. The Dark Door. Defensive card, the Dark Door. Medusa Worm, activate. And see, this is just how ridiculous Medusa Worm is. You can just keep flipping it up and down endlessly, and then flip face back down. I'm going to play Raging Flame Sprite. I'm also going to play down Waboku just in case he does now have a Mirror Force. Sangan, attack. And he does not. That means Raging Flame Sprite will hit 1100 here. So if your opponent cannot... And the thing is, if you've got Gravity Bind or Level Limit Area B on the field, it gets very difficult for your opponent to actually get Raging Flame Sprite off the field. And if that can just keep attacking directly, your opponent can find themselves in a lot of trouble. And, well, Yugi has played Griffor. And, wow, okay. Went for White Magician Pikeru, which is surprising. I play another Raging Flame Sprite. I flip up Medusa Worm to get rid of your Griffor. And now I will attack again. So now my Raging Flame Sprite will hit 2100 and Yugi's cooked. He'll lose on the next turn if he doesn't find a way to get rid of my field. I can even attack with Medusa Worm now. Usually I don't. Usually I flip it straight back down, but... And now Yugi is completely cooked. Any monster he puts on the field is going to get picked off by Medusa Worm. I have Dark Door there in case I get in trouble. I've got 16,600 life points. What's that? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. I've got like 5 times more life points than Yugi. And end phase. Throw down. Ah, that's the card I was waiting for earlier. Ebon, Magician Current, inflict. So when there's 5 monsters on the field, it's 1500 per turn. And when you just sit there and camp, it gets very difficult for the opponent to actually do anything to stop the deck. Raging Flame Sprite is now at 3100. And this one is done because Yugi doesn't have enough life points left. Haha, I win. Alright, Battle City. Let's go and face... let's face Obelisk the Tormentor Kaiba. Skip. And I will do that with my deck as well. So I had a lot of fun playing against people with my deck. The same wasn't said about them. I will say that my deck wasn't beaten much. By today's standards, it would probably get beaten a lot more, but in its day, when these cards were like the latest release, this deck was... It made a few people rage quit. Alright, Ground Collapse. Another card I like. Get rid of 2 of their monster zones. Let's play Level Limit Area B. Got 2 Raging Flame Sprites. And let's also play down Gravity Bind in case Kaiba gets rid of the spells. That's usually what would happen. Someone would Mystical Space Typhoon my Level Limit Area B or my Gravity Bind, and then I would just summon Oh, then I would just activate the other one. Face down defense will not save you, Kaiba boy. And Sangan. You know what? Do I play the... Yeah, I'm going to play the other one. Sangan can be the defense. He can be the backman. Ah, crud. That was an accident. I meant to attack directly. Well, that's a letdown. But it happens. Especially in the digital format of the game where you cannot take... and sometimes you can't take your error back. Which is... that's the way it is. I play Pot of Greed to draw 3 more cards from my deck. That's not what it does. Yes, it is. I play Dark Magician, which allows me to draw Pot of Greed. And then I play Pot of Greed to draw 3 more cards from my deck. Okay, Sangan, I choose you. I won't need negate attack. Sangan can just sit there on the field. Ooh, I nearly pressed B again there. Yes. I'm so used to like... pressing B because it's like asking me if I want to activate a trap card. But as you can see, with Kaiba unable to destroy my Raging Flame sprites because his monsters are stuck in defense mode, my Raging Flame sprite can just attack and keep accumulating points, and Kaiba can last 2 more turns. Raging Flame sprite will very quickly make it extremely difficult for your opponent to... So look, that does nothing for Kaiba. There's another Sangan. See, this isn't even a particular... Oh, I just did it again. Can I go back? Oh, I can go back. Oh, boo. Oh well. Attack Kaiba. Now attack Kaiba again. Oh, if I figured that out, I would have almost won by now. So Kaiba has 1 more turn to be able to block the attack of Raging Flame Sprite, and if he does not, then I will win. Oh, is he going for Obelisk? Come on, go for Obelisk. Oh, what would that be? Doesn't matter. Because, oh, I have Swords of Revealing Light. I can find out what that is. I have a Lightning Vortex as well. Lightning Vortex and Swords of Revealing Light. Very strong combo. It was... Kaiser Glider. But it don't matter because my Raging Flame sprites are greater than Seto Kaiba. 2100. Raging Flame sprite. 3100. And this one is done. It's stronger than your blue eyes, Kaiba boy. Good win. You lose, Kaiba. I'll take on Marik, just for the fun of it as well. Alright, Marik. You can now go up against my deck. Mind Protector. Oh, I should have just played against Yugi that has Slifer. Originally, shouldn't I? Second to go, Marik. Okay, that's a nice starting hand. Let's start off with Witch of the Black Forest, though. Ground Collapse, take out 2 monster zones. Marik plays Boganian. Oh, that's actually a card that I forgot to put in. Boganian. So you see here the monsters that I have. My deck is a life point burner. And with Spirit Reaper, because Spirit Reaper can't be destroyed by battle. Boganian Boganian was a card I always wanted in my deck. I never had a copy of Boganian though. What am I doing? Deck to hand. Let's go with... You know what? Medusa Worm. I had better choices, but Medusa Worm is fun. Alright. We draw. Swords of Concealing Light. Good draw. Flip down Boganian, and let's set down Medusa Worm. Let's also throw down Negate Attack. And end turn. So Medusa Worm can flip up and down, destroy Marik's monsters as he sets them and plays them. Damn. Damn, his new monster can attack as well. There. Attack me directly, Marik. Monster Reborn. He's taking my Medusa Worm. Oh, he's going for Ra. A Ra. A Winged Dragon of Ra. Oh, crud. Uh-oh. Ow. I hope I draw Raging Flame Sprite and do 100 points of damage. Ah, it's Cura Mermaid. Oh, well, I mean, I've got to play something. Cura Mermaid, I choose you. Oh, it would be hilarious if I drew Raging Flame Sprite. We're both at 100 life points. That's so cool. Ah, crud. So I'll play him again. See if my deck can beat. Why didn't he? Oh, can he not? Could he not conduct a battle phase or something? Huh. Ooh, during... Wait, could he not conduct a battle phase? Could I have played Ebon Magician Current and won? Was there... Oh. Oh no, Boganian. Oh, what am I doing? Jinzo. I'm going mad. I am going mad. I can activate Mystical Space Typhoon as well. I mean, Jinzo's gonna stop trap cards anyway, but... Okay, Jinzo, attack Boganian. I'm just sitting like, how do I protect my life points? And I had Jinzo in hand all along, just sitting there be like, bro, I mean, I can attack Boganian, bro. Like, bro, play the bald man. Play the Jinzo. Let's play darts. Oops. Another card that would be good for that deck would be, well, Boganian would be good, but also... Sure, I had something else in there as well. I mean, my deck is sitting in a shoebox, and I don't really want to get everything out to get to it. But this is very close to my deck. Ugh. Spirit Reaper, come save me. Stumbling Dark Valkyria. And Heart of the Underdog. Ooh, Fire Princess. Spirit Reaper, I choose you. And Heart of the Underdog is actually a pretty good card, so I'm going to get rid of that. And now I play Stumbling. So all summoned monsters have to go straight to defense mode. Aha, the Seal of Orichalcos, which gets Dark Valkyria to 2300 to defense mode because he did something. Place the counters on the monsters. Is he going to destroy my Spirit Reaper? Well, that wasn't very nice, but you're stuck in defense mode. Well, for one turn, but... Okay, I summon Sangan. I mean, I could have attacked that, couldn't I? In theory, yes, but... I'm a pacifist, I don't attack. What do we go with? I reckon we go with... Medusa Worm. And hope that I draw one of my... like one of my Swords of Revealing Lights, my Level Limit Area Bs, my Gravity Binds. I didn't draw a single one of them. Okay, Sangan, I choose you. All I need is Level Limit Area B, Gravity Bind, anything like that. And we will be good as Shadow Delver. Stumbling to defense mode. Stumbling again. I wonder if you can create an infinite loop with stumbling. Okay, there goes my Sangan. My second Sangan. I am going to pull Witch of the Black Forest. And I'm going to use Witch of the Black Forest to attack that 500 defense. And then, hopefully I draw... Level Limit Area B. Perfect. Yeet. Let's go with White Magician Pikeru now, which will be forced to defense mode. However, I think that only gets one spell counter, like once it's face art. I don't think it accumulates them every turn. What does that do? Ooh, Mage Power. That's an interesting card, Mage Power. You can do a lot of damage with it. Now, I am going to guess that most of Dartsy's cards are indeed level 4 or higher. So, defense mode. And now I have the combo. I have the Serenity combo, or the Rebecca combo. A Jump Trio? Since when did Darts use Ojama Trio? Ugh. Shadow Delver. What is Shadow Delver's effect? It can attack your opponent directly this turn. Ooh. That's a good card. Unfortunately for him, he can't attack. White Magician Pikeru, 2,000 life points. 500 off Darts, and I pass my turn because there is nothing I can do. I have tokens on the field which are going to give me more life points. What you gonna do now, Darts? Shadow Delver. Activates effect. Darts cannot attack because I have level limit area B. What you gonna do, Darts? Heart of the Underdog. You know, you can have your Heart of the Underdog, because I will assume that Darts' deck doesn't have a lot of normal monsters. And I draw Raging Flame Sprite, which I could attack with, and he wouldn't be able to do anything because it's under 4 stars. However, I can attack with White Magician Pikeru. Just notice that. And take out that. The thing is, whenever I played this deck in real life, I very rarely attack. That's why I don't have an attacking mindset. That's why I'm just kind of like... It's probably better to keep White Magician Picaro in attack mode anyway, but I don't attack very often with this deck. I would sit there and I would win duels just on life point damage alone. As my opponents slowly descended into madness playing against this deck because I would continuously gain tons of life points. Meanwhile, I would just sit there and just wait for theirs to empty with either Ebon, Magician Current, or Fire Princess. Draw the Dark Door. I will choose to end my turn and I will throw Witch of the Black Forest. I have the Dark Door as a backup. Heart of the Underdog. Venom Cobra. Didn't Darts summon something with like infinite attack points when Yugi and Kaiba were like facing him together? Darts is like, I play my monster with infinite attack points. Is it over 4 stars? Yes. Defense mode. Darts and your blue hair and your heterochromia. Which, for those who don't know what heterochromia is, it's when you have 2 different eye colors. I've never seen a person, I've never actually seen with my own eyes a person with it. Obviously, there are people that do have it. I've only ever seen animals in real life that have it. My aunt's dog, or old dog now, he's been gone for a little while now, Rio. He had heterochromia. He had 1 blue eye and 1 brown eye. You know what? I end turn without attacking. I don't need to attack Darts. I can just... it's not like ground collapse is any good anymore. I can just sit here and... I wish I had Ebon Magician Current on the field though, to do 1500 points of damage to Dartsy each turn. I think I might have had just desserts. I think I actually had more than 40 cards in my deck, but I had just desserts in there as well. But, I mean, Des Koala right now would be good as well. There's Spell Canceller. I don't want to use it though. I just want to sit here and camp. I end turn. Ah, this is fun. Witch of the Black Forest. I love this deck, man. It used to send people nuts. They used to get so angry because they just couldn't do anything. Especially in these cards prime, like you didn't have like 15 chain combos to play on your first turn. Ooh, Gravity Bind. So if I lose level limit area B, I have Gravity Bind as a backup. Alright, turn change to Darts. What you gonna do, Darts? He has completely loaded his field and he's done. He cannot do anything. He cannot move. Unfortunately, I can't tribute those tokens. $2,000. I have 22,000 life points. There was a Yu-Gi-Oh game. It was the one with Yu-Gi-Oh GX. Was it called Duel Academy? But basically, you started with the real-world structure decks, which is very cool. Let's throw a Spell Canceller. Won't need it. But this is a similar deck which I played on that as well. White Magician, Picaro, Black Magician, Current. That sort of strategy, because there was a challenge mode on that where you would face duelist after duelist and your life points would carry over. So if you only had like 1,000 points left, you would start the next duel with 1,000 points. But this is why I became so fond of this deck, because I would stack my life points and get them up to literally 99999. It couldn't count any higher. And what I would do is I would use that strategy so I could stack up on life points so I could beat all the duelists. And believe it or not, I got it to 99999 and I did lose a duel and I was not impressed. But it did happen. I did lose a duel, even with 99999 life points. I couldn't tell you what deck was against me. I do not remember. I just remember that I lost with basically 100,000 life points, and I still lost. They started with 8,000. There's Ebon Magician Curran, which I would love to have on the field, but Darts had to go and play Ojama Trio. Don't think I'll need another level limit area B. The Dark Door is a very good card when you play a deck like this as well. Only one monster can attack per turn. Very, very useful. Hurry up, Darts. And now Darts is just throwing all of his cards to the graveyard as I draw my third Raging Flame Sprite. I now have 28,000 life points. Raging Flame Sprite. Oh, well, I didn't intend for this duel to go this long, but I don't really have an option. I can't really do anything either. I could... Yeah, literally, I can't do anything. Neither can Darts. This is what happened in quite a few of my duels as well back in the day with this deck. Is both fields would get... My opponent would eventually overload their field. And like neither of us could do anything, and I would have Ebon Magician Curran on the field, and White Magician Picaro. I would just gain all these life points, and they would eventually just run out with theirs. I'm almost certain I had Just Desserts, and I may not have actually had Trap Hole. I might switch those two cards. I might put Boganian in too, just for fun. White Magician Picaro. I never had Boganian though. So, kind of don't want to put it in because I never had it. Medusa Worm will do. Medusa Worm came in a booster pack called The Lost Millennium. That was one of my favourite booster packs. There were such good cards in that pack. I think it had Elemental Heroes as well. Might have been the booster pack that introduced the Elemental Heroes. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's where I got them, was from the Lost Millennium booster pack. Another White Magician Picaro. Darts is... I have 34,000 life points. This is fun. Oops. And phase. Yeah, Des Koala can go. It don't matter no more. Darts cannot win. Like, look at how much attack power he has. 2300s, 5300, 2 face downs. But he can't do anything. I have Jinzo. Fire Princess. Darts has lost pretty much his entire collection of life points to Fire Princess's effect. Oh, Des Koala would be good right now. Heart of the Underdog. Darts is possibly going to draw out his deck. Maybe he wants to lose by default rather than lose by Fire Princess. Darts, hurry up, will ya? I'm going to get to 40,000 life points. Darts just throws 5 monsters to the graveyard. Oh, Lightning Vortex. I could play it, sweep 3 of his monsters. I'm not going to though. This deck is so evil, man. It is so evil. Like, your opponent, like, they cannot do anything. Sure, they could play like Raigeki or Heavy Storm or something, but... yeah, no one ever expects Like, I only attacked once this whole duel, and I win. Ooh, Swords of Revealing Light. I won't get to activate it though, because White Magician Pikeru is going to activate, and then that will trigger Fire Princess. 40,000 life points. Starts losers. The final duel with the Yami Yugi. You know, I'll play him. And my deck. Then we've had a good little intro to my deck versus Duelist Kingdom, and then we'll call it for this. Ugh, you silly thing. Ugh, there we go. Alright, rock, paper, scissors. Haha, I win. Yugi Moto against Yami Yugi. Oh, 2 ground collapse. That's very, very good for me. That's very, very bad for Yugi boy. Yugi, you cannot summon Slifer. In fact, you cannot tribute summon anything. You only have 1 monster zone left. Raging Flame Sprite, I choose you. Spirit Reaper, when this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, discard 1 random card from their hand as well. Thing is though, if Spirit Reaper is targeted by like a magic card or a spell card, like it gets destroyed. Or a card effect that targets this face-up card, like it just gets destroyed. Yugi has played Queen's Knight and he is trapped. Gravity Bind. Level 4 or higher monsters cannot attack. Yugi literally is trapped. Sword of Revealing Light. And unless that's a Mirror Force, which it isn't, but Raging Flame Sprite, grow your attack points. So what does Yugi do from here? Oh, he tributes, which is going to be 5 stars. Jack's Knight cannot attack. Yugi is trapped. I have a second Swords of Revealing Light. Bro, who shuffled my deck? Attack your opponent directly. Yes. 1100. And Raging Flame Sprite gets to 2100 now, which means Yugi has a grand total of 3 turns to try and get out of this trap. Mind you, having ground collapse, like 2 ground collapse on your first turn, is very, very difficult. You know, I don't even need both of them. I'll save 1 just in case Yugi somehow gets out of this. Bruh. You may have destroyed my Raging Flame Sprite, Yugi. But I have another one. Raging Flame Sprite, it means that the duel will take a bit longer, but... Bruh, anyone want to take a bet that that's another Mirror Force? Sangan. I'm going to put Sangan in attack mode, and I'm going to leave it in attack mode. Face up. So I can see if Yugi activates another Mirror Force, I will get the benefit of Sangan. I think that's how I would counter the effect of Mirror Force on that Yu-Gi-Oh! GX game that was for Game Boy Advanced. Is I would use Sangan and Witch of the Black Forest to... So if my opponent flipped a Mirror Force, if I was attacking with Raging Flame Sprite, then I would be able to draw more monsters. But Raging Flame Sprite is a very broken card. When you use a deck like this, Raging Flame Sprite, it's a nightmare. Because like if you can't get it off the field, you're in trouble. As it will continuously gain more and more attack points. Yugi's put Jack's Knight to defense mode. There's level limit area B, just in case. 2100, attack directly. I need 2 more attacks, and then this duel is won because Yugi, look at him, he's pinned. He is absolutely 100% pinned. Turn change. Spell canceller. Well, I like my ground collapse, so attack. Raging Flame Sprite. No Mirror Force, and Yugi is down to 400 life points. I have 4,100 points of attack power on the field in Raging Flame Sprite. That'd be Summon Skull? No? A defense. Catapult Turtle? I have no idea. Nightmare Steel Cage. You know what? Let's find out what that face down is. Just for fun, it is Baphomet. Attack directly and get the win. Haha. Well, that was my deck versus the original Yu-Gi-Oh series in... I am son of King Aknam Canon. I am the son of King Aknam Canon. My name is Atem. Well, your name's short compared to his. So, well, that's enough for Duelist Kingdom to say that my deck is evil as hell. Thanks everybody for tuning in, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe, take care, farewell.